Welcome, sports fans. Welcome back to Player Radar. This is a show on this side at Sports TV where we give you guys weekly update and have discussions about Reggae Boyz club performances over the season. You see me, and the season just has started up in some places. In some places, it hasn't even started just yet. It's pre-season, so not much to talk about in terms of goals and assists and performances. And so today's episode, I'm going to discuss some notable transfers that happened over the summer or happened so far. Um, some Reggae Boys made some good moves. Some Reggae Boys made some bad moves in my estimation. But some moves were made, and I'm here to discuss them. Tell me your opinions in the comment section. Talk to me in the live chat. I'm going to be there. You see me? So, I say this every video, so I think my African continue to say it now. Not going to be a long video, so stay tuned. I try to keep it concise. I try to make sure I make my points as fast as possible. Let's do it. Um, let's get right into it. No. My God, the wrong screen. People, I need a producer. I need a producer. Anyways, the first player I'm going to talk about that made a move is Demar Gray. Earlier in the summer, Demar Gray made the move from Al Ettifaq down there in the Saudi Pro League. They made the move to Birmingham FC. People, Demar Gray is in a weird time in his career. He's 29 years old. Some would say the back end of his career. I don't think Demar Gray is one of those players that is going to play until he's 40 years old. So probably trying to get as much out of his career as possible. But yeah, he went down there to Saudi. He left Everton and went to Saudi. I wasn't necessarily a fan of the move, but I understood it. I think it was a secure the bag kind of move. And people, me one of them man away, yo. When some amount of money get offered to you for your profession, sometimes you just can't say no, because the truth is, I I view me a kind of hypocrite on this in terms of I think some players shouldn't make the move, but when some players make the move, I understand it, and I think some players. The only time I am mad or I am against a player making the Saudi move or going down there for the money is when you have so much potential and so much talent and opportunities right there for you to make it to the heights of the game. That's when I think you shouldn't make the move. Other than that, go down there, go make your money, go reap all the benefits of a Saudi Pro League. Because the truth is, you are bringing attention to them, and they are giving money to you. That's just the truth. So I think there are a few players that went down there at the wrong time, shouldn't quite go there yet. But for most of the players that make the move, hey, go get your money. Demar Gray was one of those players that I think, yo, go and go get your money. If I was his advisor, I'd probably say wait a year or two, but the money is being offered, go and take it, right? And so I don't view him as one of those players that's going to make it to the top of the game and be one of the best players in the world. And so I wasn't mad at the move. I think some players, like, I think when you're so talented, when you can be like one of the best players in the world or whatever, I'm talking about top 10, top 20 at the position. I think you owe it to yourself to get there to that point. I think you owe it to yourself to be a world beater if you have the talent. I don't think you should have the talent and necessarily try to chase the money, because once you have the talent and you make it to a certain level, the money is going to come. So I think those players should kind of wait a little bit with the Saudi Pro League. But Demar Gray making that move, wasn't mad at it. Didn't love it, but I wasn't mad at it. You see me? And so he went there, didn't quite pan out for him, got injured, struggled with injury, had a shoulder injury, had a knee injury. It just wasn't a good time down there in Saudi. I don't know how the personal situation was, but I think he spent 2 years down there in Saudi, 2 maybe 3 years in Saudi. Never quite work out. Now he's back in England. He's going to play for Birmingham FC. Now Birmingham FC actually just got promoted from League One, so good on them. Congratulations to them. Demar Gray is there in a quest to get them back to, he says, where he thinks Birmingham FC belongs. Now the thing with Birmingham is this is the club that Demar Gray gives all the credit to in terms of his development. Demar Gray was a very young player at Birmingham, and then he made his move from Birmingham to Leicester City. Everybody remember that, Demar Gray. That's when he broke onto the scene. And then he went from Leicester City to Bayern Leverkusen, and then from Leverkusen to Everton to Al Ettifaq, back to Birmingham. And so he's back at Birmingham right now, trying to, let's say, revive his career a bit. And for the sake of this Jamaica team and this Reggae Boyz team, I need some good performances from Demar Gray. I need Demar Gray to be one of the best players in the championship. I think he has the ability to do it. Now, maybe at 29, going 30, is not necessarily the time to, let's say, be the best player. But hey, we see older players shine in the championship. And so I think Demar Gray can be one of those players that do it at 29, not very old, but still past his prime, some would say. You see me? So I think this is a good move. I think Demar Gray Maybe still can play in the Premier League at one of those promotion teams. But right now, a Birmingham move is the perfect level where there's not a lot of pressure on him to deliver immediately. And at the same time, it's at a level where I think he can dominate. So, Demar Gray, first player, first Reggae Boy, making a move. I like this move. I give this move out of 10. I give this move a 8.7 out of 10. This is a really, really good move. And I think Demar Gray will do well in the championship. And ultimately do well for the Reggae Boys in the 2026 World Cup qualified campaign. Anyways, next player I'm going to talk about is Richard King. Richard King, earlier in the summer, also during the Gold Cup qualifying campaign, I think, made a move from Cavaliers FC where he just won the JPL, the Jamaica Premier League. Sorry about that, people. And then he made his move down there to Scotland in the first division of Scotland. You see me, and I love this move, people. Make you complain with that move. Yeah. I think this is a really, really good move for him. I'd say the level is not too high above. Well, it's much higher than where he was playing, but it's not too low, is what I meant to say. He's not at a low level. I think he will fit in this league seamlessly. I think Richard King is a top player, and I've always been of the opinion that Richard King is more talented than the JPL. He shouldn't be playing in the JPL. He should be outside representing Jamaica on a larger scale, showing his talent and being one of the top players for Jamaica, but applying it straight outside of the country. And people always are telling me, yo, Richard King nothing there in Jamaica, but him have some issues at one and this is why him can't get a transfer and that why I don't care. I'm just telling you that nothing has been made public why him couldn't get a move, and so I expected him to get a move. And until he got a move, in my head he was maybe him just not that good then. Maybe them see something me don't see. But Richard King got the move. I'm very proud of Richard King. Richard King is not an old man. I think he's like 24 right now. Maybe 23. Good move. What's it? St. Mittens, I think, in Scotland. I love this move. I think Calvin, I don't remember the other name. Calvin from the forward from Cavaliers also made the move to that club. Maybe there's a connection there with Cavaliers and St. Mittens. So I like this move. I give this move a 7.8 out of 10. I think this is a really good move. Richard King deserves his move. What the best defender in the JPL, the captain of the best team in the JPL, and just one of the best players, not even defender, one of the best players in the JPL, getting his call up into the national team and seamlessly transitioning into the national team. No, he's not lighting it up there with the Reggae Boys, but he's still doing well enough to warrant his call up. He's still doing well enough to show that he's not shocked by the moment or fazed by representing Jamaica on the large scale. So kudos to Richard King, congratulations, and I hope you do well in your upcoming season. Next player I'm going to talk about, people, is Ronaldo Cifas, making a move from Turkey to Russia, still in Europe. Like this move. Ronaldo Cifas, top player, has a lot to work on, and I really don't want to speak about Ronaldo Cifas in a developmental, from a developmental standpoint, but I think Ronaldo Cifas has so much he can work on, and once he gets that final part of his game done, which is the IQ of the game, thinking the game, seeing the game one step ahead. A lot of people talk about him being clinical or his final pass or whatever, and I think that is ultimately down to him not seeing the game as well as he should see the game. As a winger, if you can manage to be a step or two ahead of your defender, if you can manage to be a step or two ahead of the opponent, you can be so much better as a player. And I think if Ronaldo Cifas gets this done, he will be one of the best players for Jamaica. And so I really like Ronaldo Cifas, one of my favorite players for the Reggae Boys. A lot of people give him a hard time because he doesn't maybe score the goals or get the assists that he should, but he creates so many good actions for the team. He gets Jamaica in so many dangerous positions, and his speed is something that we cannot do without. And so I really like Ronaldo Cifas for the Reggae Boys. But this move from Turkey to Russia, I think this is FC Paris. I'm not going to try to pronounce the rest of the name. He's over there in Russia playing in the first division. This team, I think, recently got promoted. So I'm expecting that is a team that will be towards the lower end of the table. But who knows? Maybe this is their attempt, or this is one of their attempts to make a progression up league. So, like this move from Ronaldo Cifas from Turkey to Russia, I'm going to give this move, let's say, a 8.3. I really like this move. I think he was tired of where he was. I think he kind of maxed out. I think the team got relegated, then promoted back, and so he was just not happy at it where he was. It is an upward move in terms of the team that he was to where he's at right now. I think it was an upward move, even though it's a promotion team. And I think it may be somewhere in his clause, maybe in his contract, that when him get relegated, him can go or whatever. I don't know. But I really like this move. He's in the Russian Premier League, I think it is, but he's in the first division of Russia. Go get them Ronaldo Cifas. Again, just work on that final part of the game. And I think Ronaldo Cifas is a top player. Very, very good reggae boy. And I like this move. Next player to talk about is Roman Burell. Roman Burell, 24 years old, born 2000, played down there in League One, scored I think 11 or 12 goals, got like something like 8 or 9 assists. Really good player. And a lot of people looking towards this young star too. Me say youngster that man at 18. Looking towards this player to come and be, one of the players that contribute to the Jamaican team and help us on our quest to make it to the World Cup and in the World Cup. And so Roman Burell making his move from I think Burton Albion from Albion FC. So let me double check that, people. Really, I don't want to chat foolishness in about. I know my thing. But just double check. You see me? Let's see. I don't really want to do the back of editing, so I have to make sure say me talk him. You see me? And I don't want to cut this out. Let's go. Yes, he made his move from Burton Albion down there in League One. I say Burton FC and Albion FC. It's really Burton Albion down there in League One where he scored some goals. Young player, still has much more to do. He made his move to QPR this summer. That is an upward move again from League One to the Championship. He's an upward move. I think they see some promising in him. I think they expect him to come in and play contribute a lot to the team. Don't know if he's going to start right away because QPR is a really good team, but I like this from him. I like this move. I think he can go there and push on and make a next step in terms of his career, score some more goals, and be one of the top players in the league. Ultimately, transfer that from Championship to the Reggae Boyz team. You see me? So, Roman Burell, good move. I like this move also. I think this is a 8.0. I think this is a good transfer. But now, people is not no 9s. And maybe even the 7.8s and 8.8 lows are maybe a little bit even high. But right now, me give up a 8.0. I like this move. I think it's good for him in terms of his career, in terms of his talent level. I think it is good for him. And so go there, do your best, get it done, my boss. Next player, and this is the one move that I don't like on this in this video I'm going to talk about. This is the one move I don't like it, people. And this is Mason Holgate going to Al Gharaha FC down there in Doha, Qatar. In Doha, Qatar. I don't like this. I don't like this move at all. I think Mason Holgate has been struggling for a few years. And so the Saudi Pro League is one thing. Now, I'm not going to say that's the only league down there in the Middle East. Mason Holgate is 20 years old. Mason Holgate has a lot more football to play. Mason Holgate is a decent player. We don't say good, but he's a decent player. I like Mason Holgate as a player. Mason Holgate played it last season in the Championship for West Brom. But again, maybe I look on this in the wrong way. Maybe this is a secure the bag move again. And if it is, go secure the bag, my guy. Go bring some popularity to the league, go bring some eyes to the league, and go bring some quality to the team. I get it. But in terms of your talent level or your quality, I think you could play some more Championship football. I really think you could. Man, I go as far as to say Premier League. I don't think he's at the level to play in the Premier League anymore. But I do think he's at a Championship level. I do think he can still compete. But who knows? These transfer, when it comes down to transferring the people, it comes down to salary a lot of the time for these players. If a Championship team can offer him one £30,000 a week or one 25 or around £40,000 a week, and then you see them offer him £80,000 a week, it kind of you got double your salary or something like that. There's no competition, and that was just arbitrary numbers just to make a point. So again, I don't like the move because I think he could have stayed in England, made decent money, and compete at a high enough level, especially to transition it to the Reggae Boyz team. But if it's a secure the bag move, my G, go and make your money. You see me? And the last player I'm going to talk about, well, let me see for the last player. Yes, the last player I'm going to talk about is, why be a blank panda man name? Amari Bell. Why me a blank Amari Bell name? Anyways, the last thing I'm going to talk about is Amari Bell. Making the move from Luton Town to Charlton Athletic, linking up with a few Jamaicans down there. I think we have 3 Jamaican international down there. It's going down there with Carrie Anderson and Kaim Dixon and all those boys. Come in, man. You see me build the chemistry down there. How do I like this move? I think this move is a 7.2. Somewhat of a lateral move, I think. Some would say a downward move. It is coming from Luton Town. Was in the Premier League just 2 seasons ago. I know Charlton Athletic got promoted if I'm not mistaken, right? So I think this is a lateral move, if anything, in terms of the quality of the clubs. But hey, is a move that is not going to cost anything. I think he's going to play a lot of football in the championship. I think he's going to be one of the best players in the championship, as he's always been at the position. He's going to get a lot of game. He's going to make Charlton Athletic better. And ultimately, I like this because he's going to be there with his Jamaican brothers. And he's going to build the chemistry, and he's going to help them to settle in. He's going to make them happy. And ultimately, him get to play a lot of games and play well in the championship and transfer that to the national team. Because that's really all I care about with these players. Coming to represent Jamaica. I want him to make them money and do well in them club. But ultimately, this really only matter when it comes to Jamaica. So, that's the last player I talk about, people. Congrats to all of these players that made transfers in the summer so far. If there are more transfers to talk about, then I'm probably going to talk about them, give you some update on them, and give you my perspective on the transfer. I just want to say, oh, Kaim Dixon do this. Oh, Whisper do this. Oh, this man do this. No. Give you some perspective, make you know what I think. And after that, let me know what you think about the transfers so far. I want to rate the transfer them, you see me? But if you like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to this or that Sports TV. And the one more thing for me, that's to share the video to at least 10 people, get to 6 subscribers. Because if each and every one of you guys can manage to do that, do you know how many subscribers that will get us by the end of the day? But for now, this was this or that Sports TV. Again.